Our story tonight sets sail at the edge of a village, where cobbled streets grow silent beneath the velvet cloak of midnight. At the far end of the lane, where lanterns glow faintly against the stone walls, stands a small workshop. Its shutters are drawn, but from the cracks, a soft golden glow seeps out into the night. The glow flickers, like a heartbeat, steady but alive, promising warmth within. Step closer with me, dear listener. Can you hear it? The faint rhythm, swish tap, the sound of a loom being worked in the still hours, when the world slumbers inside. A single candle burns, its flame bending and swaying as if breathing with the weaver herself. The loom stands tall, its wooden frame polished smooth by years of hands, and its threads shimmer faintly in the candlelight, as though they are strands of moonlight captured from the sky. The weaver, a quiet soul cloaked in a woolen shawl, sits with a steady patience. Her hands move slowly, gracefully, drawing the shuttle back and forth, weaving patterns no one else could imagine. Each thread is chosen with care, each color laid against another like whispered notes of a lullaby. The air inside is thick with calm. The faint smell of beeswax candles drifts about. A fire in the hearth crackles quietly, its embers glowing, sighing as wood settles into ash. It is a night not meant for hurry. It is a night meant for weaving dreams. As the shuttle glides, the weaver hums softly, a tune older than she is, perhaps as old as the guild that taught her craft. The guilds of old medieval circles of artisans and makers kept their secrets carefully. Every pattern had meaning, every weave told a story, and every hand that touched the loom became part of something larger. Tonight, though, she does not weave for kings or markets. She weaves for the night itself. Thread by thread, the darkness of the world outside seems gentled by the fabric stretching across her loom. Perhaps you can imagine the colors, deep indigo like the midnight sky, soft silver threads, like starlight scattered on water, warm golden hues, like lanterns glowing on a quiet street, and here and there, hints of green and crimson, like the memory of fields and roses, carried into winter. Each thread is a breath, each pattern is a heartbeat, each motion of the loom, a lullaby. Now close your eyes. If they are not already heavy, imagine sitting quietly near the hearth, in a wooden chair, the warmth of the fire reaching your skin. You can hear the loom in front of you, swish tap, and the faint rustle of wool thread as it slides into place. It is hypnotic, steady, as if the loom itself is a clock, keeping the rhythm of the night, a rhythm that soothes the mind and carries it gently toward rest. The candlelight flickers across the walls, painting shapes that rise and fade, as though shadows themselves are being woven into the story. You notice shelves stacked with rolls of fabric, folded neatly, their patterns like secret codes, cloth that has dressed villagers for generations, cloth that has carried warmth through countless winters. But tonight, the cloth growing on the loom is different. It is not meant for wearing, it is meant for dreaming. The weaver whispers, almost as if speaking to the threads themselves. Patience, little one, patience. Dreams must be spun slowly. And as she works, the loom seems to hum back to her. A low wooden tone, not loud, not sharp, but warm and resonant, like the sound of a lullaby sung from the bones of the wood itself. Outside, the world grows quieter still. The village sleeps, the stars linger above, their light faint but watchful. Even the moon seems to pause, its pale glow resting upon the roof of the workshop as though listening. And you, too, are listening. Not just with your ears, but with your whole being, listening to the hush of the loom, the crackle of the fire, the breath of the weaver. With every sound you feel yourself sinking deeper into ease. With every moment the world grows softer, calmer. Time seems to slow, measured not by clocks but by the threads passing through her fingers. Now, dear listener, I invite you to imagine that you, too, are a weaver tonight. Your hands are gentle, your movements patient. With every thread you place upon the loom, you weave a feeling of peace, of rest. Perhaps you choose a thread of calm, perhaps a thread of warmth, perhaps a thread of safety, glowing like golden light. You do not rush, you simply weave, one motion after another, swish tap, until a fabric of serenity takes shape. The night holds you, the loom cradles you, and all is well. Breathe softly with me now, in through the nose, and out through the mouth. Let each exhale be like a thread slipping away, carrying with it any tension, any worry, leaving only stillness. The workshop is hushed, except for the sound of the loom swish tap, a rhythm older than time, older than memory. Each movement of the shuttle is a note in a lullaby meant only for this moment. And for you, the weaver leans closer to her work, candlelight brushing her face with a soft glow. The light dances along the threads, catching the sheen of silk, the rougher grain of wool, the faint sparkle of golden dye spun from marigolds and sun. She does not hurry. She has never hurried. For weaving is patience, weaving is surrender, weaving is a promise that beauty takes time. She hums again, and you begin to feel that her humming is not separate from the loom. It is part of it. The loom hums, she hums, and the fabric hums, too, a chorus of whispers, rising and falling like the tide. Imagine, if you will, that the threads are not just threads, they are paths. Soft, glowing paths stretching outward into the night. One thread leads to a meadow, where fireflies drift lazily through tall grasses. Another leads to a quiet shore, where waves lap gently at smooth stones. Another still leads to a forest glade, silver with moonlight, where the air tastes like pine and cool earth. The weaver does not choose the path for you. She only offers the threads. It is you who feels which one calls most gently to your heart. And as you breathe, perhaps one thread glimmers a little brighter for you. Perhaps it feels warm, inviting, as if whispering your name. Wherever that thread leads, it is safe, it is calm, it is meant for you, and you alone. The candle beside her flickers and its wax melts slowly, a small river of gold flowing down its side. The flame is steady, unwavering. The hearth sighs, releasing a shower of sparks that drift like sleepy fireflies before fading into ash. The shadows dance along the wooden beams above, shifting and curling, as though the very air were woven with patterns unseen. You feel yourself growing lighter now, as though each thread woven into the loom is also weaving into your body, settling your heartbeat, smoothing your breath, gathering your thoughts into one soft, flowing fabric of stillness. Outside the window, an owl calls once, then drifts into silence. Its wings slice the air, but inside, the workshop remains untouched. Time here is not measured in hours or minutes, but in threads. The guilds of long ago would say, a life is woven, not counted. And here, in this quiet midnight place, you understand. The weaver smiles gently to herself, as though she has heard your thought. She dips her head, her fingers brushing another spool, and with careful tenderness, she pulls a new thread into the loom. This one shimmers differently. It is soft, almost invisible, but when the candlelight strikes it, you see it glimmer faintly like a drop of water catching sunlight. She whispers again, this thread is for rest. She passes it through the warp, her shuttle gliding. You feel it immediately, like a soft blanket wrapping itself around your shoulders. Warmth, safety, ease. Now imagine yourself sitting closer to her. The wooden floor creaks gently beneath you, old but strong. The loom towers quietly, its frame steady, carved with faint marking symbols of her guild perhaps, or blessings meant to protect the craft. You see her hands move with ease, each gesture flowing into the next. Her hands are not hurried, not restless. They are hands that trust the process. And so too, can you. You can trust this process of rest, this gentle surrender. There is nothing to do now, nowhere to go, only to sit here, listening to the loom's rhythm, watching the threads grow into fabric. Swish tap, your breath matches it now, your heart matches it now. The loom is inside you and you are inside the loom. The weaver tells a story, though her voice is soft, almost like the wind in dry reeds. She tells of her guild, of how the guild halls once stood tall in the towns, their banners rich with embroidered patterns. Each weaver, young and old, carried the craft not just as skill but as duty. They wove cloth for warmth, cloth for ceremony, cloth for kings, and cloth for humble travelers alike. But at night, when guild rules loosened, many would weave for themselves. Not garments, not rugs, but dreams. They would weave the quiet longings of their hearts, thread by thread. Dreams of faraway lands, dreams of peace, dreams of love. And those centuries have passed, though the guild halls have fallen silent. She keeps the custom alive. Here, alone at midnight, she weaves dreams into cloth, and those who listened like you can feel the threads wrapping around them, carrying them softly into rest. Her loom creaks wood shifting like a sigh. She adjusts her shuttle, drawing the thread tighter, smoother. Each motion is like a cradle rocking. Each beat of the shuttle is like a lullaby. Swish, tap, swish, tap. You may notice your eyelids growing heavy now. Or perhaps your body feels softer, heavier, as though sinking deeper into the chair, into the floor, into the very fabric of the night itself. The world outside no longer matters. There is no time here, only threads weaving themselves into a story, a dream, a rest. Now the weaver leans back, looking at her work so far. The fabric stretches across the loom, glowing faintly. It looks almost alive, as though it breathes. You see in its folds the shimmer of stars, the hush of moonlight, the warmth of fire, the softness of shadows. It is not cloth at all. It is comfort, it is rest, it is your dream, waiting for you to step inside. She smiles, and with a gentle nod, she resumes her work. For the loom never stops until the dream is ready. And so you sit, listening, breathing, drifting. The loom's song carries you, steady as the tide. The candle burns lower, the fire softens, the night deepens, but you are safe, you are warm, and you are woven, thread by thread, into the gentle tapestry of sleep. Settle back once more. Take a long, gentle breath in, and sigh it out. Slow and easy. Feel your body soften as though every muscle were a loose thread, unwinding, falling into stillness. The loom continues its steady rhythm. Swish, tap, swish, tap. It is not only a sound now, but a feeling. The sound has slipped beneath your skin, into your chest, into your pulse. You are part of the weaving. The weaver hums again, a song without words. It is almost like the breeze moving across a field of wheat, each stalk bending and rising in slow waves. Her hum is round, warm, and low, carrying you deeper into the soft folds of rest. She whispers almost to herself, "Threads remember, threads never forget." You tilt your head in thought. Perhaps she means that each piece of cloth carries the memory of where it came from, the sheep that gave its wool, the plant that gave its flax, the sun that dried its fibers, the hands that shaped it. Perhaps she means that every woven thing has a soul of patience and time. And as you listen, you realize, you, too, are a fabric of memories. Your days are threads, your nights are threads, your laughter, your tears, your quiet moments all woven together into the cloth of your life. And here, tonight, the weaver tends gently to your threads, smoothing them, soothing them, weaving them into peace. The candle has burned lower now, wax curling like petals along its base. Its glow is steady, calm, and golden. The shadows in the workshop stretched long, like ribbons across the walls and floor. They sway as the flame dances, as though the whole room has become part of the loom threads of light, threads of shadow woven together into a tapestry of night. The weaver chooses another thread. This one is blue, a deep velvet blue, like the sky at the edge of midnight. She guides it carefully into the loom, her hands unhurried, her breathing soft. She whispers this thread is for stillness. And as she slides the shuttle through, you feel it wash over you, a deep blue stillness. Like lying on cool grass beneath a starlit sky. Like floating on a lake where the water holds you without effort. Like silence itself, wrapping you gently, tenderly. The guilds once taught that every color held meaning. Gold was for warmth and wisdom, green for growth and hope, blue for stillness and depth, red for love and life. But in secret, the weavers knew there were other colors, two colors no eye could see, only the heart could feel. Colors of dreams, colors of memory, colors of rest. And those are the threads she weaves tonight. Perhaps, as you breathe, you sense one of those hidden threads weaving into you now, a color without name, a feeling of release, of comfort, of being exactly where you are meant to be. The loom creaks softly. The weaver leans forward, her shawl slipping from her shoulders. The fabric she wears is simple, hand-woven, patterned with faint diamonds that catch the candlelight. Her hair falls like threads themselves, long and dark, a cascade of soft lines. She does not notice you watching. Her focus is on the loom, as though the whole world were inside its frame. You realize that this is her gift. She is not weaving cloths for markets nor garments for lords. She is weaving the night itself. She is weaving rest. And you are meant to wear it. Her voice returns, barely more than a breath. Every pattern has a story. Every story is made of patterns, and you see it now in the fabric stretched across her loom. Tiny diamonds repeating, lines crisscrossing, threads rising and falling. A pattern that seems to shift if you gaze too long, as though it opens into something wider, deeper. Perhaps it is a river flowing into the distance. Perhaps it is a path winding through a forest. Perhaps it is simply the pattern of breath, in and out, rising and falling. Steady, eternal. Whatever it is, it draws you inward. Not outward, not away, but inward into a quiet place within yourself where peace waits patiently, like a gentle friend who has been here all along. The fire in the hearth sighs again, its flames curling low, warm and quiet. The air smells faintly of wood smoke, faintly of wool, faintly of beeswax from the candle. These scents are gentle, grounding, safe. Outside, the wind stirs the branches of the trees, their leaves whispering secrets you will never need to know. The night is calm, but alive, breathing in harmony with the loom. Swish tap, swish tap. Each sound draws you deeper into calm. Each sound loosens another knot of tension inside you. Each sound is a hand smoothing the fabric of your mind. Now the weaver reaches for a spool of gold. It gleams even in the faint light, a thread spun with sunlight captured and saved for moments such as these. She smiles softly, almost to herself, and guides it into the warp. This thread, she whispers, is for warmth. And as it slips through the loom, you feel it. The warmth of a hearth on a cold night, the warmth of a blanket pulled to your chin, the warmth of a hand held in trust, the warmth of being safe. The golden thread glows in your imagination, curling around you like a soft embrace. You are wrapped in it now, thread by thread, breath by breath. The fabric grows, the loom hums, the night deepens, and you drift further, further, further inward into the calm rhythm of weaving. Each breath is another thread. Each heartbeat is another shuttle. You are being woven into the story, into the fabric, into the dream. And slowly, softly, you realize you are already part of the loom. You are already part of the night. And the night is already part of you. The loom slows now. The weaver's hands grow softer, gentler, until the rhythm fades into stillness. The candle burns low, a single bead of wax sliding down its side. The fire in the hearth sighs, and the room glows in a quiet hush. The fabric is finished. A tapestry of night itself, threads of stillness, threads of warmth, threads of dreams. She runs her hand over it once, smoothing it like a mother smoothing a blanket over a resting child. Then she folds it carefully, as though folding the very hours of the night. And in her calm whisper you hear it is done. The night is yours now. Rest, dream, be at peace. She sets the cloth aside. The loom rests silent. The room dims further, shadows lengthening, softening. Outside, the stars lean closer, bright and kind, like lanterns hung for you across the sky. You are wrapped in quiet, golden warmth. The patterns of the night hold you, cradling you in safety. Every breath is slow, every thought is light, every muscle is loose. The weaver smiles once more. Her voice is almost too faint to hear. Sleep well, little dreamer. Sleep well. And as her words drift into silence, you surrender to the fabric of dreams.com, warm, endless, woven gently into the midnight loom.